Hola guys and girls, and welcome to the first team builder of the second ninth season of the GBA. And yeah, we are up against Danza and his Los Angeles Nidowkings. This is of course the first first week of the GBA, so due to that, already a very important week. Usually from a big win here you can get a lot of morale for the upcoming games, or a big loss here could already dampen your mood for the rest of the season. So that's why, like, mainly mentally it's a very important week. Other than that, I'm playing with Danza. He's in a different conference than me, so it's not really that important in that regard, but of course we still want to win, and these, like I said, mental reasons for yourself and of course the fans and all this good stuff. We want to give them a good showing in our first appearance in this season of the GBA. But yeah, I never played Danza before. He is an old-timer in the GBA. He was part at the very beginning, and yeah, now he's back. But like I said, I never had the chance to really battle him. I did watch a few of his battles and all this good stuff, but it's never the same than battling him person per person. So yeah, not too much I can talk about there, but what I can talk about is his team, so let us go over that real quick. He got Palkia, Genesect, Tapu Bulu, Hawlucha, Heatran, Florges, Heliolisk, Sewali, Gengar, Kommo-o, and Mega Alakazam. Gengar and Kommo-o being his Z-move users. So, if you are German and follow my German content as well, you will notice that just this week, or last week when this will be uploaded, I faced Hawlucha, Mega Alakazam team plus Terrain. It was not Tapu Bulu, but it was Tapu Fini, but I faced the team like that just last week, because oh goddammit, can't this thing leave me alone, because even this time it is a big threat. I think the Mega Alakazam can handle it better this time, and the Hawlucha as well, but they're still big threats. Like, the biggest threat, of course, are his Ubers, the Palkia and the Genesect. I think so, even more the Palkia. The Palkia is just, I mean, the Palkia is more like the wall breaker type of thing. Like, it has plus 100 speed, so it could be, like, with Scarf, it could be cleanup as well, but just way too strong, way too much coverage, so that's the problem. Genesect, most likely going to be a choice Scarfer, and with that regard, it's annoying to switch in because U-turn and gets donut boost, there's a lot of damage, and switch to something else. You know how Momentum works, so that's why this is annoying. But I want to say these are like the two biggest threats. Apparently Genesect. Tapu Bulu, of course, the threat as well, I can deal with that. Hawlucha, like I said, can deal with that. Heatran, it's fine. Florges is more defensive. Heliolisk can deal with that. Sewali can deal with that. Gengar, annoying. Gengar and Alakazam together are annoying because they're kind of like... Mandibuzz is my check for both of them. And that is always scary because Gengar's Z-move user as well. So once Gengar, like, for example, punches through my Mandibuzz, I'm kind of left with Mega Alakazam and have nothing to switch in anymore. So yeah, that's why it's annoying. And Kommo-o, I think I can deal with as well. But yeah, like I said, Palkia and Genesect definitely the biggest threats we have to look out for. But yeah, that's his team. Now going over mine. So we start up with Mega Manectric, because if you look at his team, he has no set ground type. With that I mean set ground type means he of course has Sewali, which could be Sewali ground. I'm definitely expecting Sewali to come, but because if you look at his team, he doesn't have a ground type, barring Sewali ground. And another thing he doesn't have, which is awesome, is he doesn't have a dark type, barring potentially Sewali dark. So my Deoxys attack, which you will see right here, which is coming, will be a huge threat for him as well if this is not a Sewali dark. So I expect Sewali to come for sure, but I'm not sure yet if it's going to be a ground type for Manectric or if it's going to be a dark type for Deoxys. But other than that, if he doesn't bring Sewali and it's Sewali dark, this again does pull switch all over his team. It is barring Mega Alakazam, the fastest thing he has on the squad. I do have static, so he can't trace my lightning rod and get a boost while I try to go for Volt Switch, but still in before Mega Evolving. So yeah, that's not a thing, but let's talk about the spread. So first of all, the speed, it's enough speed for Gengar, yeah, that's it. Because like I said, I could have enough speed for Hawlucha as well, but I'm not expecting Hawlucha to like run max speed versus me, since it's most likely going to be a terrain speed with Tapu Bulu. That's what I'm expecting from him. But yeah, enough speed for max speed Gengar. Then I have enough bulk so that I can OHKO Hawlucha with the Volt Switch. And I have enough bulk with the 92 and Intimidate so that I can take a neutral high jump kick from Hawlucha. So neutral means, sadly, that if he has that +1, it is a roll in his favor to kill me. And if he's a plateau, he doesn't guaranteed kill me. And if he's at neutral, so I would have to intimidate him twice, or he had to be a bulk up variant so that I can live. Like, I could have been more bulkier to potentially live even the +1 high jump kick. But then I'm missing out either on the speed to outspeed Gengar, or I'm missing out on the special attack to, yeah, do the damage I need to do. Because I'd rather OHKO the thing than be able to take one hit from it, if that makes sense. So he can't set up on me. Like, if you go for a move, he lives, and then he can set up, and that's annoying. So, yeah, that's that. I'd rather... This is, like, not a super defense mod. I was just, okay, little bulk, because I don't need all that special attack, and that was the most it makes sense. So, yeah, that's the explanation for that spread. Like I said, moves pretty straightforward. Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, main stabs with momentum grabbing, hidden power ice there to hit potential the potential Wally ground. Of course, it's Komoro as well, which I don't hit with my other moves. And looking at his team, that Tabulu it hits as well. But for that, I have Flamethrower, which does more damage. I decided to Flamethrower over Overheat because Flamethrower is pretty nice with his team. It's nice with the Genesect primarily, like I said, for Tabulu as well. And I don't want to run Overheat, drop my things, and then do less damage to other things. So that's why I think Flamethrower is better. If he's better as Bulu, he will even shoot an Overheat. So that's why I decided to run Flamethrower instead. But yeah, that's Metric for you. Then next up we got Pow. Like I said, our check for the Gengar, Breakbird, Knockoff, Roost, and Defog. Leftovers Big Pack, so he can... There's no need for Overcoat. He has like no powder moves or Sandstorm shenanigans, so Big Pack's just nice to let my defense not be dropped, and weak armor because I don't speed, and I want my defense actually to be high. But yeah, special defense. The special defense you see right here is enough so that I'm not too KO'd by Life Orb, Dazzling Lane from Gengar. And the rest is just in defense. The speed here is just so you know how I like to speed creep. Like, this is no 0 speed Mandibus. This is what Danza would run to outspeed that, and so I run 12, so I'm still faster than that. And yeah, rest in defense and then 4 in attack because that's how it works out. Move with options, Knockoff my main dark move because Knockoff is always nice. Brave Hit I have as well because I don't want to be set up for the Halucha. Because with only dark attacks, he can of course just set up all over me, and with Brave Hit I can do, not awkward, but I can do a lot of damage to it and bring him in range of, for example, this one right here, potentially this one as well, depending on the set. But yeah, that's Mandibus for you. Knockoff is sadly, like, the problem is with Knockoff is that if he's a Z Gengar, I won't be able to OHKO him. I won't be able to do enough damage. Foul Play sadly wouldn't either, and that's like all the good dark moves it gets. Like, I could give him Dark Bolts, which wouldn't really do the trick since I need to be offensive for the Brave Bird, stuff like that. So yeah, there's sadly not a lot of dark moves which deal with it. Feint is even weaker than Knockoff because, of course, a weakened Knockoff is still 65 base power. So, and Knockoff has a way better utility versus overall. Then Roost Momentum, Defog for hazard removal, pretty straightforward. That's Pow, the Mandibus for you. Next up we got our main win condition, which is our Mr. Man, of course, Life Orb Sheer Force with the max speed, so I can outspeed his base 100 meters Palkia. And then just 3 attacks, which absolutely demolish his team, and then Rock Polish as well, because if I go for Rock Polish, I'm of course faster than his whole team. Barring, of course, Unburdened Halucha. But Unburdened Halucha doesn't do too much damage to me acrobatics. The best thing he can do to me, of course, with his high jump kick, and high jump kick is the strongest stab he has. So yeah, basically go over his team, and I talk about the moves. Earth Power, of course, Palkia. Best I have doing is Earth Power. The stab Earth Power Life of Chiefos hits like a truck. I only need like, it does like, if he's not offensive, around 70%. So I only need a little chip on him. Then Gen Sludge Wave, Halucha, Psychic. Heatran, Earth Power. Florges, Sludge Wave. Helios, Earth Power. Sewali, depends on the variant, of course, but mainly, I guess, Earth Power. Gengar, Earth Power. Komoro, Psychic. Magical Zam, Earth Power. So these 3 moves already do the whole trick versus his team. And yeah, he has no switch. Like, barring he predicts correctly, he has no switches to the things. Even in the Uber Draft, at least versus this one, he has no switches to Landers. Everything is tricky out. If barring he predicts, like, pretty well. And, like, for example, switching to Lucha on Earth Power. But Psychic outgoes him then. So I guess everything is 3 KO'd. Like, I think like some berries, of course, could play a role, but basically I use this early as a wall breaker because this is just way too much damage, and then late game I can potentially click Rock Polish and just win the game. So that's what Landorus is for. Like I said, only need to chip on a few mons, mainly the Palkia, and then of course I just go for some berries and all this good stuff. But yeah, Landorus, awesome versus his team. Next up, we got Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm. No wait, Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. If you know that reference, you know Family Guy, but it doesn't fit frankly, so Wacky Waving Inflatable Arm Flailing Tube Man. Exclamation mark. That's what his name is about, in case you're wondering. But yeah, he has Psycho Boost, Pursuit, Superpower, Extreme Speed, enough speed for max speed Halucha, even the Jolly variant. And then I have a very nice spread here, but we can talk about that. First, let's talk about the moves. I'm a Life variant, not Focus Sash, so I'm just here to do damage. Psycho Boost, of course, main stab. Does a lot of damage to everything, barring his dark types, which is potentially Sewali. Then we got Pursuit, to potentially Pursuit Trap the Alakazam. Of course, like I see, I'm not faster than Alakazam, at least not necessarily, since if he's max speed, he's faster than me. But of course, I scare him out because of this move right here, Extreme Speed. So with Pursuit, I could scare him out and then Pursuit Trap the Alakazam, so that's why this is there. And then Superpower is there for the Sewali Dark, mainly. Of course, it hits the Heatran as well for good damage. But with this attack I have right here with the 244 and superpower, it is sadly only a 50% chance to, if he's max HP, max defense, the Wally Dark, this has a 50% chance to OHKO him, and of course if I have rocks up, it's a guaranteed OHKO. So that is very nice. But mainly we want to talk about the defense, because defense is for one thing there, and you might think I'm crazy, but it's actually the thing I was worried about. Since Deoxys attack dies close to every priority, I have to even worry about the obscure priority. And the obscure priority I'm worrying about here is Sucker Punch on Gengar. Because Gengar would be, like I said, I talked about that I can usually out-prioritize the priority with extreme speed. With Gengar it would work, since it's a ghost type, it can be with extreme speed. So that's why I was worried about Sucker Punch Gengar. And if he's timid, life orb, so minus attack nature and plus life orb, Sucker Punch, this thing won't kill me, plus 1 life orb hit. But after second life orb hit I would die. So that's the bulk basically for. Fun fact, what this thing allows me to do as well is to live a pursuit from a Choice Scarf Sewali, a Jolly, if I stay in. So just a 40 base power variant, not stat. I can live that as well, but I can live that even more comfortably than the Sucker Punch. So yeah, like I said, if it's not life orb and naive nature, I can still live the Sucker Punch because life orb is such a huge boost. But that's what this is for. So I can lift the guaranteed hit and then OHKO with pursuit or even Psycho Boost, depending on what I want to click. But yeah, that's the Deoxys attack for you. Like I said, I talked about the dice to everything, but with such a weak obscure priority, there's some use in having some defense and stuff like that to make sure to live that. But yeah, that's the Deoxys attack for you. Then we got Mila Superstar, the Jirachi, which is a weird variant. Like I said, a little bit bulky, a little speedy, but let's talk about the spread first. So max HP with this defense allows me to switch into Tapu Bulu. Because if you look at my team, nothing like switch into Tapu Bulu. This is my pivot into Tapu Bulu. It can, if it's Choice Bandit, it only switches in twice, because I'm not too killed by Wood Hammer. But if he's more defensive, then I can of course switch in more times. Leftovers there of course for recovery. Then the special attack investment is here that I guaranteed OHKO Halucha with Psychic. At least if he's maximum the standard variant on the card. Then I can OHKO him with Psychic, I do a lot of damage to Komao as well. And then the speed is there, so I can faster than a Jolly Komao. Because this is my check to Komao as well, I can switch in, take any hit, and then do a lot of damage with Psychic. Fusion of course for momentum, and Flash Cannon is there for stuff like the Tapu Bulu, stuff like the Florges, and potentially Wally Dark if he's a Dark variant. Then Psychic of course would do it as well. But yeah, that's Jirachi for you. Like I said, it's not really defensive, it has Stealth Rock as well, so only I could have run on these two as well, but they are way too good offensively, so I have rocks on my Jirachi, which I'll probably end up doing a lot. But yeah, it's more like a support, pivot, kind of offensive, not really defensive Jirachi. So that's my best description I can give you for Mila here. So next up we got Swimmer Speed, the Assault Azumarill. This is my check to the Palkia. I need to be very bulky. Like I said, the 108 HP, 236 Spadef with plus Spadef nature, and the Assault Test, that is exactly enough to not be 2-hit KO'd by the non-Life Orb Thunder from Palkia. Why I'm worrying about Thunder? Because Thunder was in the standard card for Palkia, and then I got worried about it. I didn't want to just EV enough for Thunderbolt. I thought, okay, I need to EV enough for Thunder as well. And then this attack is enough. This 164 of huge power is enough so that after Rocks, Play Rough is an OHKO on a non-bulk Palkia. And if he is a bit bulky, then of course he lives, but then he's potentially in range of Aqua Jet. But Aqua Jet does like only 5 to 8% due to being 4 times resistant with his Water Dragon typing. But yeah, the rest is straightforward, like Prey Wave, Liquidation, main stabs, moves, knockoff to get rid of items, Aqua Jet for priority. This is my main check to the Palkia. Can potentially be a check to the Genesect as well, but like I said, this thing is again pressured by 2 mons, so I need to look out for that. And yeah, this thing is just, like, it depends on the moveset a lot as well. If he doesn't, he will definitely have electric moves on the Palkia, because the problem with Azumarill is that it is a good check, but it's a very obvious one as well, because obviously it's resistant to water, it's immune to dragon. Palkia is a Water Dragon type. I won't be able to surprise him with Azumarill being my check to Palkia. That's pretty obvious, so he will definitely have the electric moves on that. With the Genesect, like I said, I'm not so sure if he would run Thunderbolt or, I don't know, if he does get Energy Ball. I don't think so. I just looked at Thunderbolt. Like, they do the same damage, so it's not like it's that important. And I don't think he's Energy Ball. But either way, that's why Azumarill could be, I guess he could be Techno Blast Grass, so that's the thing. But yeah, depending on the I have to do some scouting there, but potentially Azumarill could be checked with it as well. Like if he's fully offensive, physically offensive with Iron Head, of course Azumarill isn't switching, since like I said, Spadef is the main mission of Azumarill right here. And yeah, that's the whole team. Let me of course know in the comments what you think about the team. Who will be the MVP? Who will put in the most amount of work? Who will put in the least amount of work? What did I do wrong? What did I do right? What is your prediction for the game? Of course, check out my opponent. He will probably upload a team builder as well. His links will be in the description. And yeah, that's all from me. If you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal. Hit me up on Twitter, Facebook. All the links are in the description as well. And I will see you tomorrow for the match. Ciao.